Welcome to another video. In this today's video, we are going to solve daily temperatures problem from the Leetcode. In this problem, they will give an array which represents the temperature of the ith day. I is the index of the particular element of the array, and we need to return an answer array of the same size, which represents how many days we have to wait for a warmer day. So if you consider this temperature 73, we just have to wait for one more day to get 74, which temperature is greater than the 73. So the first index answer will be 1. But if you consider this 74, we just have to wait one more day to get a warmer day. That answer for the second index will also be 1. So if you consider this temperature, that is 75, we have to wait till I think 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, because 76 is the element which is greater than the 75. So we have to wait till 4 days. So answer for this index will be 4. We will follow this procedure to get answer array. So they will give just the temperature array. We have to return this answer array. One way to solve this problem is we can go through array for each element, and we can find whenever we find some element which is greater than the particular element that we are currently at, we can update this answer array. This is one approach, but if we follow this approach, for each element we will go through array once. So if here we will go through array once, and if we start from this position, we will go through the array again and again. So in this way, the time complexity becomes O of n square. That is, for each element, if we go through array once. So that is the one approach. But if we can make use of the stack data structure to solve this problem in linear time complexity. Before that, we will go through the one example to understand how this approach works, and then we can write the solution in Python. Let us go through an example to understand the stack approach. I will write the initial temperature that are given 73, 74, and 75, 71, and this is the first example that is given in the problem statement. 72 and 76 and 73. Let us write down the index for each element. For 73, we just have to wait for one more day, so answer is 1. For 74 also, we just have to wait one more day to get a warmer day, that is higher temperature. For 75, we have to wait for 4 more days, and for 71, we have to wait for 2 more days, so the answer is 2. We just have to check when the higher temperature arises. So then we have to calculate the difference between those indices, and we are writing the answer. In order to arrive at the solution, we can make use of the stack data structure, and I will write the approach along with the index. Let us consider at it index, and I'm going to write the stack of the content of the stack as well. Initially, we are going to start with an empty stack. So initially our stack will be empty, and at index 0 we will start. At each point I'm going to write what will be the content of the stack and how we are going to update the answer array. I and stack, and at initially stack will be 0, I start with 0. At index 0 we get 73, and at each position if stack is empty we are going to push along with the element, we will push the index as well, 73, which is present at index 0. At index 1 we are seeing that 74, which is higher than the top of the stack. At top of the stack we have 73 and current element is 74. So we have to pop and update the answer array. Initially, answer array will contain all the zeros. I will write the content of answer array. That is the initial values of the answer array. We are going to initialize an answer array which is of the same size to 0. All the elements in the answer array will be 0. And after that, whenever we get an element which is greater than the top of the stack, then we have to update this particular index answer. So we get 74 at index 1. So we have to pop the top element of the stack, and then we have to update the answer. Then we have to push this particular element into the stack. So after popping and pushing this element, that is 74, which is present at index 1, content of stack will look like this. And we are going to update the answer at 0 because we popped 73, which is present at index 0. 1 minus 0, that is 1. We have updated the answer. I'm going to write the temperature value at each index. So now we are at index 2, which is 75. 75 is greater than 74, so we have to pop and update the answer array. After popping and updating, we will push this element into the stack. While updating the answer, we just have to update the difference between the indices, current index and the index which is present at the top of the stack. We get 71, which is not greater than 75. We will just push it to the stack. We are going to just push it to the stack along with the index. Even at index 4, we are going to get 69, which is still lesser than the 71. We are just going to push it to the stack. So content of the stack will look like this. When we get an element which is lesser than the top of the stack, we are just going to push it to the stack. So at index 5, we have an element which is 72, which is greater than two elements. So we are going to pop both of those things from the stack and we are going to update answer for both of them. So once we pop this pop the 69, we have to update the answer at index 4. So at index 4, answer will be 5 minus 4, that is 1. So we are going to update the answer and pop it. 5 minus 4 becomes 1 at index 4. So answer will be 1. And once we, even after popping, we can see that our top of the stack element is still lesser than the 72, that is 71. We are going to pop 71 as well because 72 is greater than 71. We will pop 71, we will and update the answer at index 3. So at index 3, answer will become 5 minus 3, that is current index minus the index of that particular element. 5 minus 3, that is 2 at index 3. So we have updated the answer. Then we know that 75 is greater than 72. We are not going to pop that element and we are going to push this element into the stack. And after that, at index 6, we are going to get an element which is 76, which is greater than the top of the stack. So we are going to pop the top element which is 72 and update the answer at index 5. When we pop this, we have to update the answer at index 5. Our answer will be 6 minus 5, which is 1. At index 5, answer will become 1. And our 75 is less than 76 and we have to pop this answer as well. So we have to update the answer at index 2. At index 2, answer becomes 6 minus 2. That will be 4. At index 2, answer becomes 6 minus 2, that is 4. Because we are present at index 6 and top element index becomes 2. After this, we are going to get an we are going to push that particular element into the stack, and at index 7 we are going to get 73, which is not greater than top of the stack. We are just going to push it to the stack. So by this time iteration stops and all possible answers are updated in the answer array. We can compare the elements which are present in the array. One is written in yellow, that is 114211100, and the green array. We can see that both answers are equal. Let us code the solution. Let's write the solution for the same problem. Initially, we will start from we will keep a stack variable, which initially it will be empty. So then what we can do is for I in range of len of temperatures. Then we can start going through these temperatures. If If we have something in the stack, so then len of stack will be greater than 0. If this is the case, then we have some elements in the stack. We have to keep checking the top element of the stack whether we can update the answer array. Before that, we need an array to store all the warmer days. Wait, wait till warmer days. I think we can initialize it to 0. Then of temperatures. Okay, this will be the answer array which we are going to return. Initially, it will contain all the elements will be 0. If we have some element in the stack, then we have to get the stack will store each element in the stack will be a tuple which consists of a temperature and particular index. So top element and top element index will be equal to, so we just have to get the last element from the stack. So that will be stk of len of stk minus 1 because this will be the index of the last element. So if then we have to check while our top element, if our top element is less than the current temperature, so that is temperatures that is temperatures of 5, then what we can do is we have to update the answer array. So wait till warmer days of top element index will be equal to I minus top element index. This will be the answer. Then we are going to pop the element from the stack. So we stick a dot pop. Once we pop it, then we have to check whether we still have elements in the stack. If we still have elements in the stack, then once again we have to update this data, that is top element and top element index will be equal to stk of len of stk minus 1. So this is the case if there are, if okay, here we are going to update the element and this loop is going to continue. So what happens if it becomes 0, then we have to break out from here, because if there are no more elements in the stack, then we don't have to continue in this while loop. So this is the approach that we are taking. But what happens if there are no elements? Then we have to add that particular element at the end. So irrespective of the thing, we have to add stk dot append the current tuple, because current tuple is temperatures of I and the particular index that we are in. So this we are going to add it to the stack. I hope this approach makes it clear. Let us run the solution and check whether we are getting proper answer for the Okay. Wait till yes, I think with a little bit of debugging, I got to know that we didn't return any elements from the answer. So we will return this temperature after computing all these warmer days, and let us see if the solution passes the initial test cases. As you can see here, the current solution is passing the initial test cases. Before submitting the solution, let us analyze the time and space complexity. So for this time complexity, time complexity will be, we are going through the temperature array only once. So time complexity is O of n, time complexity is O of n, and let us see what is the space complexity. For this solution, space complexity is, we are using an array of size n, and after that we are also using one more array, one more list to store use it as a stack. So at worst case we can have two arrays of this size, and which kinds of comes out as 2n, and we don't consider constant in the while writing space complexity. So space complexity is also O of n, which means the usage of space or memory increases with linearly with the input size. So this is the time complexity, and this is the space complexity. Let us submit this solution and check whether the solution passes all the test cases. Yes, as you can see here, this solution is passing all the test cases. I think this is the recent submission that we have done. Let me open that solution and check. Let's submit this solution and check whether it is passing all the test cases. Yes, as you can see here, the solution is passing all the test cases. I hope you like this video. If you are interested in learning more about data structures and algorithms, you can consider checking out other videos from my channel. Thanks for watching this video.